This is a head tank on top of a tank stand. Because it's a demonstration unit, the head tank is quite small. Typically we'd expect a tank about 250 to 500 litres in size. This tank can be located on a stand, on the roof of a building, or even on the roof of the sky hydrant building, as long as the inlet level of the tank is between 2 metres and 4 metres above the filtered water tank. You will note that the pipes from and to the tank are all flexible high density polyethylene pipes. These are preferred because it avoids the need for bends and fitting leaks. You'll also notice that the tank is securely fixed in position so it can't move about in very strong winds. This demonstration tank shows all the inlets and outlets for a head tank. Over here we have the inlet, a bend from the vertical feed pipe, and this is connected to a float valve. The float valve is quite simple. When the valve hangs down, the flow comes into the tank. As the level in the tank rises, the float rises and cuts the flow off. Opposite the inlet we have the vent and overflow. This pipe acts as both. We have an outlet at the bottom. This is for draining the dirty water that's settled to the bottom of the tank. And this is an outlet to the sky hydrant, which is some distance off the bottom. So the worst contaminated water drops down to the bottom and this takes better water. Normally tanks have pre-drilled holes for the overflow, the inlet and the outlet, but you will have to drill an extra hole for the outlet to the sky hydrant tank.
This photograph shows you why we don't take water from the bottom of the head tank. Basically, when dirty water gets into a tank, it does start to settle. The heavier materials, the soil, sand and clay, tend to sink to the bottom. Things that float like wood, bark, oil, petrol tend to float at the top. Both these things are things that we don't really want to go through the sky hydrant, so we want to take the best quality water. Because the level in the tank might fluctuate up and down, we don't take it right from the middle, we take it from about a third of the way from the bottom.
To make a connection like this into a tank, there are various fittings, but they're all on the same principle. You drill a hole and then you insert a threaded coupling into the hole and then tighten the washers that have a soft rubber washer to make a seal. These are two different sorts of tank connectors. In both cases you can see the fitting that's threaded that passes through the hole in the tank, a soft washer and the nut that tightens up the washer against the tank side. At the inlet there is a float valve to control the flows into the tank. When the float hangs down, the flow runs into the tank. As the tank fills up, the float lifts and cuts off the flow. This valve should be at least a 20mm or 3/4 inch valve, preferably a 25mm or 1 inch valve, as smaller valves won't allow enough flow. So the dirty water can be drained out of the head tank at regular intervals. A valve is fitted at a location convenient for the operator